participants. So, good morning, all the TAC coordinators. Feeling very happy to see all of you here. Total 172 participants are there. So, I really feel very happy to see all of you on this online platform. This is our second TAG meeting. And of course, I would like to congratulate all of you that all of you have organized TAG meetings at your cluster level and all the TAG meetings were very successful. So I must congratulate all of you. Today we gathered here for our second TAG meeting. I welcome all of you for this meeting. I welcome Honorable Principal Madam, Dr. Shobha Khandare Madam. She is always there to motivate us to organize many more programs in Pune district, and I welcome her in this meeting. I welcome all my colleagues, all the senior lecturers and lecturers. I welcome all my BRPs, block resource persons, and of course, the vital role, which is the vital role my TAG coordinators are playing the vital role as a TAG coordinator to organize TAG meeting at cluster level. So I welcome all those TAG coordinators in this meeting. In the beginning, I would like to request Dr. Shobha Khandare Madam, Honorable Principal of DAT, to guide us and to motivate us. Honorable Dr. Shobha Khandare Madam.
Thank you, Swarna. सर्वांना नमस्कार. मीटिंग मध्ये उपस्थित सर्व वरिष्ठ अधिकारी वर्ग, डाएट मधील माझे सर्व सहकारी अधिकारी, विभाग प्रमुख स्वर्णा तोरणे मॅडम, त्याचबरोबर सर्व टॅग कोऑर्डिनेटर. आज आपण टॅग कोऑर्डिनेटरची प्रत्येक महिन्याला जी मीटिंग घेणार आहोत त्याची ही दुसरी मीटिंग आहे आणि या मीटिंग मध्ये आपणा सर्वांचं स्वागत आहे. काही ठिकाणाहून टॅग कोऑर्डिनेटरच्या मीटिंग सुरू झाल्यानंतर खूप चांगले रिस्पॉन्सेस येत आहेत. उदाहरणार्थ आम्ही परवा याला गेलो होतो पुरंदर BRC भेटीला तिथे सर्व केंद्र प्रमुखांची मीटिंग होती आणि त्यामध्ये विचारलं गेलं होतं की टॅग मीटिंग बद्दल मागच्या मीटिंग मध्ये काय काय झालं. तर सर्वांनी खूप चांगल्या सुरू आहेत आणि रिस्पॉन्सही चांगला आहे आणि अत्यंत उपयुक्त आहे अशा पद्धतीने केंद्र प्रमुख आणि गट शिक्षणाधिकारी यांनी सांगितलं. मग याचाच अर्थ आहे की प्रोग्राम आपल्या सर्वांपर्यंत पोहोचत आहे, हे त्याचं एक द्योतक झालं. एक नमुना दाखल एका तालुक्यातून आलेल्या प्रतिक्रिया सुद्धा संपूर्ण जिल्ह्यासाठी आपल्याला त्या गृहीत धरता येतात. तर आपणा सर्वांचं त्यासाठी अभिनंदन, शुभेच्छा. आपल्याला सर्वांना माहित आहे की टॅग कोऑर्डिनेटरच्या मीटिंग आपण घेत आहोत आणि रेग्युलरली आपल्याला सुद्धा खाली घ्यायच्या आहेत आणि त्याच्यामध्ये जो आपला पॅटर्न आहे त्या पॅटर्न नुसार तर आपण घेणारच आहोत, परंतु ज्या काही गुड प्रॅक्टिसेस आहेत पुन्हा तिथे आलेल्या तुमच्या टॅग मीटिंग मध्ये केंद्रावर किंवा तुम्ही जिथे गॅदर होता एकत्र त्या ठिकाणी, तर त्या सुद्धा काही चांगल्या प्रॅक्टिसेस आहेत अशा काही शिक्षकांनी आपल्या तिथे सादर कराव्यात, म्हणजे इतरांना सुद्धा त्याच्यामध्ये प्रेरणा मिळते. दुसरी गोष्ट, आपण जे मॉड्यूल तयार केलेलं आहे त्या मॉड्यूल सुद्धा आता तुमच्या टॅग कोऑर्डिनेटर मीटिंग मध्ये आपण त्याचं इम्प्लिमेंट करत आहोत, पायलटिंग त्याचं करत आहोत की ते कशा पद्धतीने रन होणार आहे. आणि त्याच्यामध्ये सुवर्णा मॅडमनी 1ली ते 12वी पर्यंतचा कुठलाही शिक्षक असेल तर त्या मॉड्यूलच्या थ्रू जर गेलं तर त्याला इंग्रजीची कुठलीही अडचण येणार नाही शिकण्यासाठी आणि स्वतःच्या लँग्वेज स्किल डेव्हलपमेंटसाठी. तर आपल्याला या टॅग मीटिंग मधून स्वतःला सुद्धा डेव्हलप करायचं आहे आणि त्याचबरोबर आपल्या विद्यार्थ्यांमध्ये हे सगळे स्किल्स कसे येतील यासाठी आपल्याला सगळ्यांना प्रयत्न करायचा आहे. तर या दोन्ही गोष्टी आपण अतिशय चांगल्या पद्धतीने समन्वयाने त्या कराव्यात. त्याच्यासाठी आणखी काही आपल्याला आवश्यकता असेल मीटिंगच्या अनुषंगाने, तुम्हाला मीटिंग मध्ये आणखी कुठल्या गोष्टीचं मार्गदर्शन हवं असेल तर तेही आपल्याला याच्यामध्ये घेता येईल. आता आपल्याला काही सगळ्या केंद्रांमधून आपण सर्वजण इथे इंग्लिशचेच आहात, तर आता टॅग मीटिंगच्या अनुषंगाने किंवा इतर काही चांगल्या प्रॅक्टिसेस असतील तर आपण प्रत्येक केंद्रातून किमान एक चांगली प्रॅक्टिसेस डाएटला पाठवावी, म्हणजे आपल्याला ते इतरांना पण देता येईल. स्टेट लेवलला किंवा नॅशनल लेवलला प्रत्येक वेळेला गुड प्रॅक्टिसेस ह्या मागितल्या जातात, परंतु आयत्या वेळेला काय होतं की मग आपण कुणाला तरी सांगतो आणि ऍक्च्युअल जे काम करत आहेत आपले शिक्षक शाळेमध्ये तर त्यांचं काम तिथेच राहतं. तर ते तसं होऊ नये म्हणून तुमच्या दृष्टिकोनातून ज्यांचं काम चांगलं आहे त्यांना लिहायला सांगा, थोडं गायडन्स करा त्यांना. ते गुड प्रॅक्टिस जे चांगल्या प्रॅक्टिसेस आहेत त्या इतरही जिल्ह्यामध्ये सगळ्यांना उपयुक्त होतील यासाठी आपल्याला प्रयत्न करता येईल. म्हणजे पहिल्यापासून सुरुवात करण्यापेक्षा ज्यांनी केलेलं काम आहे ते आपल्याला पुढे पुढे नेता येईल, म्हणजे सगळ्यांचा वेळही वाचेल आणि चांगल्या पद्धतीने आपल्याला पुढे जाता येईल. आता इंग्रजी विषयाच्या अनुषंगाने आपण मुलांमध्ये इंग्लिश स्किल डेव्हलप करण्यासाठी निश्चित प्रयत्न केले पाहिजेत. वाचन संभाषण हे सतत झालं पाहिजे. वर्गामध्ये आंतरक्रिया होत असताना जाणीवपूर्वक इंग्रजी भाषेमधून आंतरक्रिया केल्या पाहिजेत, बोललं पाहिजे. छोटे छोटे वाक्य बोलायला जर आपण मुलांना प्रोत्साहित केलं तर त्यांची भीती मरते आणि कॉन्फिडन्स येतो. म्हणून आपण सगळ्यांनी आपल्या शाळेत किमान आपल्या शाळेमध्ये तरी अशा पद्धतीचं वातावरण निर्मिती करावी. काही याच्यामधून आपल्या सकाळच्या परिपाठामध्ये 1 दिवसाचा परिपाठ इंग्रजीमधून घेणे, मुलांनी बघून का होईना वाचणे, अशा पद्धतीचे चालू असतात. काही उपक्रम शाळेमध्ये सतत असतात, जयंती पुण्यतिथी किंवा इतरही उपक्रम असतात. त्या उपक्रमांच्या माध्यमातून सुद्धा आपल्याला छोटी छोटी इंग्लिश मधली भाषणं मुलांना देता येतील, एखादी नाटिका ठेवता येईल, जेणेकरून त्या मुलांना कॉन्फिडन्स येईल, त्यांचं बघून इतर मुलांनाही कॉन्फिडन्स येईल. हे वर्गावर्गामध्ये शाळांमध्ये घडलं पाहिजे, तर मुलं ते पुढे जात असतात. दुसरी गोष्ट, अनेक विविध उपक्रम आपल्याकडे सध्या चालू आहेत. वीरगाथा उपक्रम चालू आहे, त्याचबरोबर आता फोक डान्स आणि भूमिका अभिनय हे पण आपल्याला करायचं आहे. त्याच्यासाठी विषय दिलेले आहेत, तर आपण इंग्लिश मधून करण्यासाठी, कारण मला आता हा विषय तुमच्या मीटिंगचा नाहीये पण आता तुम्ही सगळे आहात तर सांगायचं आहे की नॅशनल लेवलला आपण विद्यार्थ्यांचा संघ पाठवत असतो. जर ते सुरुवातीपासूनच त्या पद्धतीने जर त्यांनी इंग्लिशमध्ये ती नाटिका केली आणि तसं डान्स बसवला तर ते आपल्याला मुलांना दिल्लीलाही पाठवता येईल, मुलांना एक आपल्याला एक्सपोजर देता येईल. यासाठी आपण सगळ्यांनी त्या दृष्टीनेही प्रयत्न करा. त्याचं लेटर येईलच, पण मला वाटतं आपल्या तुमच्या या फोरम मधून तुमचा एखादा संघ तरी यावर्षी आपल्या राज्यामधून दिल्लीला जावा, कारण तिथे इंग्लिश मधूनच सगळं काही करायचं असतं. त्यासाठी आपण सगळ्यांनी प्रिपेअर करावं अशी मी आपल्या सगळ्यांना शुभेच्छा देते. आणि या सगळ्या मीटिंग आपल्या खूप चांगल्या चाललेल्या आहेत. आपण खूप चांगले काम करत आहात. ते मुलांमध्ये रिफ्लेक्ट झाल्यानंतर आपल्याला ते अधिक चांगलं म्हणता येईल किंवा होईल. तर त्यासाठी प्रयत्न करा. आपल्या सर्वांना खूप साऱ्या शुभेच्छा देते आणि तोरणे मॅडमनाही शुभेच्छा देते. धन्यवाद.
Thank you very much, madam. Your words always inspired us, and all those words always motivate us. Today, ma'am has talked about many things, that this is a good platform where teacher can express themselves, where teacher will get opportunity to speak in English. So we have to use this platform, and ma'am also express the experience which she has experienced at Purandar, and of course that experience there she came to know that all over the Pune district, TAC coordinators organized meeting very nicely. And of course, thank you very much, madam, for your guidance and all the things. Thank you. Last time, this year we organized TAC meetings on 2 topics. The first one is OLD and the second one is public speaking. So now we are focusing on OLD. OLD means oral language development. Last time we organized TAG meeting on this subject only. So in last meeting, we came to know the concept of OLD, what is mean by OLD, and I think you organize many activities at your cluster level. And I hope all of you have enjoyed all those activities, and all the TAG teachers must have enjoyed all those TAG activities. This time also, we will organize many activities to develop our teachers' oral language development. Last time we talked about the concept of OLD, and then afterwards we talked about the importance of OLD. Then we had some reading activity, and we saw one video for reflection. And after all those activities, yes, thank you, Bhapkar sir. So last time, all of us have enjoyed all that activity. This time also we will enjoy, because our focus point is that only, to develop teachers' oral language development. Why we collect together? We collect together because we will have that kind of platform where we will express ourselves in English language. So it's one of the rule of our TAG meeting that we will use English only whenever we will organize our TAG meeting. Okay. So I would like to know some experiences from your side. So please raise your hand. One or two experience I would like to listen. Please raise your hand. I would like to listen from your side. What was your experience of organizing this TAG meeting? Ajita ma'am is there. Ajita ma'am. Ajita madam, would you like to speak? Yes, Ajita madam, go ahead.
Very good morning. Sorry, ma'am.
Anyway, Ganesh Bose sir. Unmute yourself and speak.
Yes. Actually, we arranged a meeting last month in our cluster. Our all teachers were really excited about that meeting, and they all of our members were really happy with that meeting because they get uh, more knowledge about the English subject or what type of activities we can take in our classroom. We all share our ideas. Many of our teachers really enjoyed that meeting. Uh, Actually, after the meeting, we created one WhatsApp group, and uh, on the daily basis, we share our ideas as well as one of our member. She local man. She shared daily on the daily basis some points or some conversations on that group, which is very useful to all of us. This type of many activities we shared on that group, and uh, because of this meeting, every member gets confidence about speaking in English or conversing English language, and really it is really very useful for teachers nowadays because uh, uh, before this tag meeting, there was no any platform for us to do something like this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bose sir. So last time's activity you enjoyed a lot, and all the some more persons would like to speak. Okay, we'll give opportunity at the end. We'll start our meeting. This time, again, we are focusing on OLD, that is oral language development. So this time we are going to learn about the areas of 5 areas OLD, which are
Google's speech-to-text API. And Google, this API basically uses Google's deep learning. It's a fully trained model. All you need to do is basically call a method in your code that says, almost literally, turn this speech into text. Google's so it does that, API. And then it sends the text back. And Google, this API basically uses Google's deep learning. Now in this server, we have trained model, which is basically just a string. And then we send that in your code to another server. That's almost literally turn this speech into text. Google's of this so it does that. And then once we have the text over there, Google, this API send that up to the chat. And then now in this server, we have trained model, which is basically just a string. So now using this, we send that in your code to another server. That's almost literally turn that speech into text. We were able to turn so it does that. And then once we have the text to the Google, this API send that up to the chat. And then now in the server we have text. We get text. So now using this, we send that. We send that using the text of almost literally turn that into text. We were able to turn so it does that. And then once we send text to the this API send that up to the chat. And now then you probably saw we get text. So now using this, we send that. We send that using the text of almost literally turn text. We were able to very recognize so it does that. And then once we send it sounds like you're talking. This API send that up to the chat. And so now we get text. So now using this, we send that. We send that to the other server.
Hello. Swarna?
of this team, they built something really cool, and these were 2 examples of something that students built. And it's basically up to y'all too to get these tools into the hands of students throughout the next year. And we're really excited to see what other projects we can find from your work. And lastly, how do I get started? So now we're actually going to get our hands dirty. Now it's time to take out your laptops. And as we're going through this demo, there are going to be some helpers walking around and basically answering questions if you have them. And in addition to that, you each have a coupon code in front of you, which looks something like this. And on the side of this coupon code, you'll see a little yellow bar with a number. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. But so right now we're going to do 4 things. First, we're going to log in. Then we're going to make a project, and I'll explain what that means. We're going to create a billing.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I think the technical problems have been solved, and let's start our meeting.
Dheeraj.
Next. Welcome all to the second tag meeting. Today, we are going to discuss about the areas of oral language development. In the last tag meeting, we have discussed about what is the concept of oral language development. Oral language development refers to the expression of thoughts and feelings using spoken words. It includes both speaking and listening. Now let's revise about it. Can you share what are the importance of oral language development? Please respond in chat box. Yes, Rajendra sir, you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. You are audible. Please speak out.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I am Rajendra Kumbarkar. First, good afternoon, everybody. Last tag meeting, I have taken some activities to develop the oral language development. I have taken some activities, acrostic of names. I have given some words, and then every participant, every teacher, tell the names and the adjective. Example, real Rajendra. Okay. Then another activity, I have taken dialogue. I have done some small topics, teacher, student, doctor, patient, and all the teachers participate in that activity very much. All the teachers like this tag meetings. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm very sorry. Some technical problem, technical issue is there. So we are really thankful to you, sir, as you have shared your experience here. Thank you very much. Go ahead, Sheetal ma'am.
Yes, first of all, I would like to share the ice-breaking activity here. The hot sit. The activity name is the hot sit. This icebreaker is a fun vocabulary guessing game. In this activity, you have to put a chair at front with its back facing the blackboard. This is the hot sit, and a teacher volunteer must sit there. Then write a word on the board, tell the category or the theme of the word. Others will try to prompt the hot sitter to guess the word by describing it without saying the actual word. This is the activity for the ice breaking. For example, if you have told the word category fruit and the word on the board is pineapple, the other participants can say things like, it is a big fruit, it grows in the tropical places, it's yellow inside, it has spines. So you understood the activity? Instead of being monotonous, that the participants in the meeting will respond in the chat box. Have you got the activity, how to take it, or shall I repeat it? It is not compulsory to take the same activity in ice breaking. You have the flexibility that you can take any ice breaking activity of your choice as an ice breaking activity. So
Yes, ma'am. Everyone understand the activity?
okay, let's
Go to the
proceed
next
then.
one.
So our section 1 is language development. In this language development, in the last tag meeting, we have discussed about the concept and importance of OLD, that is oral language development. In this meeting, we are going to discuss about the areas of OLD. You can see this diagram. There are these much areas of oral language development. Children develop the oral language skills in 5 areas. First is phonology, second is syntax, third semantics, 4 morphology, and the last is pragmatics. We are going to discuss about these areas in more detail. So first of all, let's have a glance over the following techniques. Read the following techniques and respond me that what are the common aspects you find here. Our teaching techniques are repeat after the teacher, separating a word into onset or initial sound. For example, word book can be separated into b and uk. The third teaching technique is rhyming words, then alliteration, rhymes and poems, breaking words into the syllables, and tongue twisters. You have to read it and tell me that what are the common aspects you find in these techniques. Please respond in the chat box. Can you find any common factor in these techniques? Listening. Okay, somebody has responded. Listening. Poems. Okay. What these techniques are giving emphasis on? We want to know that. Repeating. Okay. Oral practices. Sounds. Yes. Pronunciation. Yes. Thank you for the response.
The question is different, I think. The question is, what are the common aspects?
Yes, they have given the answer, ma'am. Somebody has responded.
For example, if the activity or if the technique which we use, repeat after teacher, how will we use this activity? Repeat after teacher. Teacher will speak something and student will listen it and student will repeat it. Okay, so I think pronunciation aspect is there.
Yes, sound and pronunciation. So we can conclude that these techniques give emphasis on sound belonging to the area called as phonology. So what is phonology? So what is phonology? Phonology refers to the ability to recognize and manipulate sounds in spoken language. Example includes rhyming and identifying the beginning phoneme in a word. So we have discussed about the first area, that is phonology. Now let's check out the following techniques. The first technique is oral sentence completion. That is, we ask children to complete open-ended sentences. For example, cat ran into dash dash. The second teaching technique is tell me, that is describing objects. The next is rhymes, as the repetition will help to learn the correct word order. The fourth teaching technique is noun plus verb plus object sentence pattern. Now you have to again think about the common factors regarding these techniques. Which common factors you find in these techniques? Making sentences in correct order. Yes, Rushali ma'am. OLD. Okay. Development. Vocabulary, understanding, comprehension. Yes, we are receiving the responses here. When we ask to complete the sentences, etc., or describing the objects, what we need? Yes, sentence formation. Yes, you're reaching to the answer very correctly. Slide. Okay, we can say that these techniques are focusing on the sentences related to the area of OLD named as syntax. So what is syntax? Syntax refers to the ways words and phrases are joined together to form sentences. When children form sentences that follow the structures of the language correctly, they are demonstrating the syntactic skills. So this is the second area of OLD. Now let's have a glance over following techniques. The first is storytelling. The second is word card activity, that is matching pictures and words. The next is synonyms and antonyms. Then word families, that is collect words that belong to the same category. Some game, play Simon Says or Shivaji Says games. These games makes us understand, makes or help us understand and follow the instruction, while exposing the learners to wealth of new words in the fun way. So these are the activities you have to think about, that what common factors you find here. Yes, please respond in the chat box. We have to make sure that the meeting should not be monotonous. You have to participate actively here. Yes, we are getting the responses, related words, making word chain, guessing. Yes. Yes, we can conclude that these techniques give emphasis on the comprehension, that is, understanding the meanings of words and sentences, which relate to the area of OLD called as semantics. So what is semantics? Semantics relates to understanding the meaning of the words, phrases, and sentences, and using word meanings correctly. It also includes labeling objects and categorizing words. Now let's check out the following techniques. You again have to think about it. Which common aspects you find here? The techniques include finding the root word, that is enjoyment. Enjoy is a root word. The second technique is fixing prefixes and suffixes. Third technique is create words using building blocks and past participle. Just think over it, which common aspects you find here. You all are supposed to answer in chat box, because we can't mute all the participants. It will be sound interrupting. That's why it's better to respond in chat box. Yes, vocabulary, familiar words, word building. Yes. Many have reached the conclusion correctly. So the common aspects we find here are about parts of the word, suffix and prefix, etc. These factors are included in area of OLD named as morphology. So what is morphology? Morphology is the understanding of the smallest word parts and their meanings. This includes recognizing prefixes, suffixes, root words, and inflectual endings. So this was the fourth area of OLD. Then let's read the following teaching techniques again. Daily conversation, role play, interviews, classroom language, puppets, debates, social moral stories. You have to think about what are the common aspects you find in these techniques. What these techniques are trying to convey. Yes, we got the first answer, that is communication. Speaking skill, daily conversation. Confidence building, yes. Glad to say that we are receiving very smart answers in the chat box, reaching to the proper conclusion. So, these techniques are giving emphasis on the conversation and social language skills, which is related to the area of OLD named as pragmatics. So what is pragmatics? Pragmatics refers to the social rules of language. It includes knowing conversational norms and adapting speaking and listening behaviors to match the situational context. So these were the 5 areas of oral language development. Now we have some quiz on the content we have already studied about. So first question is, which area of oral language involves understanding the meanings of the sentences? Option A, pragmatics, B, semantics, and C, phonology. Please answer in the chat box. Which area of oral language involves understanding the meanings of the sentences? Yes, many are giving correct answers. Still, there are variations. So some seems to be confused. Yes. The answer is B, semantics. Very nice response. Then our next question. Which area of OLD consists of recognizing prefixes and suffixes? That is parts of words. A, morphology, B, syntax, C, semantics. Please answer in chat box for question number 2. So, morphology is the area of OLD where we recognize prefixes and suffixes. The last question. Which area of oral language deals with understanding the social rules of communication? That is public speaking. A, phonology, B, pragmatics, C, morphology. Think about the question. It's talking about the social rules and communication. Many are answering A, that is phonology, which deals with sounds. Okay. The answer of it is pragmatics, which refers to the social rules of communication. So did you enjoy the questions, the quiz? Now next is the activity. In this activity, you have to make chits of the paper on which you have to write the names of the activities such as storytelling, conversation, debate, role play, picture description, tongue twisters, etc. You have to form the groups of tag members, and you have to ask each group leader to pick one of the chit, and you have to ask each group to present the respective activity in front of others. So this activity you can carry out in your tag meeting. And as I said, it is flexible. You can adopt any of the activity related to the oral language development. So our next section is learning by reading.
Sheetal ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you response of participant, whether they understand everything or not? Please, anyone.
Yes. Okay, ma'am. Participants, please respond to the question asked by Suvarna madam. Have you understood the topics we have discussed? If you want to give the response verbally, you can raise your hands.
Raise your hand.
Please raise your hand to give the response. Yes, we know, sir. You want to express?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, please respond.
First of all, to understand the three areas: pragmatics, semantics, and phonology perfectly. Otherwise, no doubt or confusion takes place in these three areas. When we are seeing the kinds of answers are given in this. First of all, to which area of the oral language one was understanding the meanings of the sentence. That time, each and every teacher's answer is given out of three, not perfect. So, first of all, to understand perfect, what is meant by pragmatics, semantics, and phonology. After then, pragmatics, on this pragmatics and semantics and phonology, express their activities on these areas, then use in our students this type of areas.
Yes, sir. We are going to discuss some activities in reading material too. And we have already introduced some techniques regarding those areas. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. झाले का minute? Next, next. So let's go ahead by with the section learning by reading. Now let's read about each area of OLD in more detail. The first area is phonology. A subcomponent of phonological awareness is phonemic awareness, or the ability to recognize and manipulate individual phonemes or sounds in spoken words. Phonemic awareness includes identifying the beginning, middle, and ending phonemes in words, and later adding, deleting or substituting the phonemes. For example, a teacher may guide students through the following prompts to practice beginning phoneme identification and substitution. That is, say cat. What sound do you hear at the beginning of cat? That is k. Now, if we change the sound k to s, what word do you have? That is sad. So this is phonology, which deals with sounds. This ability to identify and manipulate sounds in spoken language is very much important for the development of reading skills. The next is syntax. Children learn that words are not organized randomly into sentences. There are certain structures of languages that must be followed in order for the messages to be understood by others. Children learn to join words and phrases in more complex ways over time. They initially utter single words, which later become complete sentences. Eventually, they join together multiple sentences of the various types. Understanding of syntax is important for comprehension. The area semantics. Vocabulary knowledge is an important part of semantics. Children must know the meanings of words in order to use them correctly when speaking and make their meanings clear. Vocabulary knowledge is also vital to comprehending the meaning of what someone else has said. Semantics involves more than understanding the literal meaning of individual words. It also involves using labels to identify specific things, sorting words into categories, and comprehending figurative language, idioms, etc. The area morphology. Understanding the meaning of individual word parts helps students determine the meanings of entire words, therefore assisting with comprehension. Consider the word microscope. Here micro means small and scope means to see. Morphology helps speakers choose appropriate words to express their thoughts and understand the meanings of the words used by others. The next area is pragmatics. This includes norms of conversation such as asking questions and responding appropriately to the questions. Pragmatics also involves the ability to adjust the formality of speech depending on the context. A child learns to say good morning to a teacher, but may greet a friend with what's up instead. Pragmatics also includes what we say, how we say it, our non-verbal communication, eye contact, facial expressions, body language, etc., and how appropriate our interactions are in a given situation. So basically, pragmatics is all about the social norms, that how we speak in public. So these were the 5 areas we have read about them. So there is a reflection, that is, you have to frame the activity which can be used in the classroom to develop OLD. Which areas of OLD reflected in your activity? So you have to frame the activity. So as one of the meeting participant has asked about that, we didn't understood about some of the areas. We should revise that again. We can understand them by, sir, it's not being played. No, next. If we revise these techniques again, we can have the concept of areas more clear. So these are the techniques which are related to phonetics. That is, so repeat after teacher, separating words into onset or initial sounds. If we give the example of book, that sounds of bo and ook, we can separate there. We can take practice of rhyming words, alliteration, poems. We can break the words into syllables. We can have practice of tongue twisters. So all these teaching techniques can be helpful to develop the area of phonology. If we observe these techniques, that is, we can ask our students to complete the open-ended sentences. For example, I want to eat dash dash. We are dash dash. I want to become dash dash. Cat ran into dash dash. So we can ask our students to complete such sentences. Then we can ask the students to describe the object. That is, tell me about apple. We can show any object and ask them to describe about the object or the animal, etc. things. We can also take practice of rhymes, which will help us to learn the correct word order. And when we go grammatically, we can take practice of noun plus verb plus object sentence pattern. So when we talk about sentences, the area is syntax. That is, give emphasis on sentence pattern. So if we see these techniques, that is storytelling, word car activity, synonyms and antonyms, word families. For example, we can ask them to make a list of vegetables, fruits, clothings. We can say, we can play the games like Shivaji says, stand up. Simon says, sit down. Come here, go there. So these are the phrases. So if we observe, we can say that semantics is the area where we emphasize on understanding the meanings of the words, phrases or sentences. When we understand the word meaning or sentence meaning, that area refers to semantics. Now, if we see these techniques, that is fixing the prefixes and suffixes, we can create the building blocks, create the words using building blocks.
Excuse me, ma'am. Sheetal ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ask them whether they understand the syntax. See, what is syntax? Syntax refers to the ways words and phrases joined together. So it is about the sentences. And when the question is asked about the sentences, it is syntax.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you getting the points? That is the areas we are describing here. With the
and
help
what
of activities again.
What activities we can organize for to achieve this area? What activities we can use in our class?
Which area you are asking for, ma'am?
Syntax.
Okay.
I'm talking about syntax.
Okay. So they are supposed to answer verbally or in chat box.
Tell the activities which we can use our students' syntax ability, sentence formation. Okay, sentence formation. What are the? How can storytelling? We are talking about the sentence construction. Word chain. We are talking about the sentence construction. SVO. Okay. Okay, describe the things. Arrange words in proper manner, right? Meaningful sentence, right? Ask questions and expect answers in full sentence, right? Correct. Very good. What other activities we can use? Cards of, okay, sentence construction. Okay, cards on sentences. Okay. Make the sentence from the given object. Very good. Yes. Give table and make full sentence. Substitution table. You are talking about substitution table. Very good. Describe the picture. Okay. Arrange properly. Very good. So these kind of activities which we can give to our students or which we can implement in our class to develop our students' syntax area of language. So all of you understand the syntax. Very good. Thank you very much. So in the beginning, we understand the first area of language development, and that is phonology, which you understand. And now the second area, that is syntax. Now you understand syntax means sentence construction. So syntax goes with the sentence construction. Thank you very much. So all of you understand the second area of language development, that is syntax. We will go to the next. Show the next slide. What activities are given there? See, storytelling, word card activity, synonym and antonyms, word families. Okay, play Simon Says. So what common aspect we see here? We understand the meaning of words, phrases, sentences. Okay, so that is semantics. Semantics is to understand. Semantics is to understand the meaning of words, phrases, and sentences. Understand all of you? Now give me the activities which we can use under the semantic. Give me some more activities. Some activities are here. We have given already storytelling, word card activity, synonym, synonym and antonym, word families. Simon Says. Let me know some other activity. What other activities which we can use here? The activities which make student to understand the meaning of words, phrases, and sentences. They should understand the meaning of word, phrases, and sentences. Okay, word building activity, very good. Translate the word into mother tongue, very good. Familiar word, list out the familiar words, very good. Show cards and action words, very good. Write down the related word, very good. Role play, word chain, yes, very good. Classification of words, very good. Okay, word families, very good. Find odd one out. Very good. Word chain and classification. Making word groups. Very good. Sorting. To make more word. Okay. So one word you will give to your students. The big one, for example, examination. So from that, they will form small words. So that activity you can take under the semantics activity. So if you want to develop the students' semantic area of language, you have to give all these activities. So that is semantics. Next. Yes. See, find out the root word. Find out the root word. This activity will be useful for semantic too, and some more area. Find out the root words. For example, reflection. So, wait, madam. Reflect, that is the base word. The next activity is fixing prefixes and suffixes. That activity you can use to develop this area. Think of that area. Which is that area? Create words using building blocks. So you have to tell your students to create words using building block. Now tell me which aspect is common here? Which common aspect you find here? What is morphology? Word parts. Okay. It's the smallest word part. The smallest word part. Okay. The smallest word. To make student to understand the smallest word. is one of the objective of morphology. So if you want to get your students command over the morphology, you have to give more and more activities on it. Okay, word chain. Okay, what else? What activities you can give? Write in chat. Madam, last PPT. Give me some more activities. We have given these 3 activities. Crossword. Okay. Choose small word from the given word. Very good. You can tell student to you can give the activity of affixation. Okay. You can tell student to join the prefix or suffix. And even you can tell students to remove prefix and suffix. Okay. Rearrange words. Okay, so these kind of activity you can give to develop students' morphology area of language. Thank you. Next. Next is see the activity. Observe all those activities and find out the common area. Daily conversation. What are daily conversation? For example, good morning, good afternoon. How are you? Okay, so this kind of daily conversation activity you can implement in the class. Then role play activity we can use in our class. You can tell student to play a role of a postmaster or whatever activities are given in the textbook. We can use that activity too for role play. Then we can organize interview in our class. So why we have to implement all these activities? Daily conversation, role play, interview, classroom language, puppets, debates, social moral stories. Which aspect we want to develop? Which aspect? Teacher, student, doctor, patient, very good for effective communication. Yes. So which aspect for effective communication? Human being is a social animal, and that is why everyone has to follow some social rules. And there are some social rules of language too, which we have to adapt. And those social rules has to be shown in our behavior when we use the language. So that is pragmatic area. So your language shows your pragmatics, right? So your language shows your behavior. Okay. So that is pragmatics. Pragmatics refers to the, show the definition. Next slide, madam. So pragmatics refers to the social rules of language. It includes knowing conversational norms and adapting speaking and listening behaviors. So we, as a teacher, we have to teach our students what kind of language we have to use in different situation. So at different situation, different language our students should learn, and even we should learn. So that is pragmatics. Okay. Now all of you must have understand all the 5 aspects. Which are those? Phonology. The second one is, am I audible? The second one is syntax. The third one is semantics. The fourth one is morphology. And the fifth one is pragmatics. Now, let's have some reading part. We will read out that.
In the reading session. And after reading session, we have revised it. We have already gone through the reading session, ma'am. So,
yes, madam. Thank you. So now we will see, all of you understand all the 5 aspects, and I think you means this is we have organized this tag meeting on online platform. So we have some limitations, but when you organize at your cluster level, you will not have the limitation. You will form the groups. You will tell tag teachers to form to form the activities and even to perform the activities. So you can have the presentation of every activity. So it will make your session, of course, very joyful, isn't it? So make your session joyful at your cluster level. Give opportunity to every tag teachers to perform activity. Okay, thank you. Now we'll see the video.
Okay. Let's conclude to 5 areas. That is, we will give the keywords. Phonology refers to sound, syntax, sentence structure, semantics, meanings and comprehension, morphology, word parts, pragmatics, social rules and norms regarding public speaking. So we will So our next section is learning by watching. We are going to watch one YouTube video link here. The video is regarding No, this is not. The video includes. We are not able to display the video. Yes. Yes. From the start. ऑडिबल आहे का विचार मला कळेल की दुसऱ्याला विचार
Let's see the video.
Okay.
Good morning, children.
Good morning, teacher.
Today, we are going to learn English with some fun. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
First of all, let's play with some words. I'm going to give you an alphabet and you have to tell me the words starting with that alphabet. Okay?
Yes.
So, our first alphabet is B. Tell me some words that starts with B. Ball, bat, banana. Okay. Brinjal. Brush. Book. Enough. So these are the words which starts with the sound B. Next alphabet is F. Tell me some words that Fish. Okay. Next. Yes.
Father.
Father. Shubhra.
Fox.
Fox. Very good. Rakhi.
5.
5. Very nice. Any other? Pranay.
Frog.
Frog. Okay. The next alphabet is C. Tell me some words starting with C. Aarti.
Cream.
Cream. Very good. And Sarita.
Color.
Color. Next.
Cat.
Cat. Okay. Next.
Cat.
Cat. Okay. Next. Nihal.
Coffee.
Coffee. Coffee. Okay. If we observe these words, what we see? The words are starting with the same alphabet, that is the same sound. So, when in sentence, when we make a sentence and there are words which are starting with the same sound, they are difficult to pronounce and they twist our tongue. So, when we arrange such words which are starting with the same sound in a sentence, they are difficult to pronounce and such sentences are called as tongue twisters. What they are called as?
Tongue twister.
See, tongue twister because they are difficult to pronounce. What they are called as?
Tongue twister.
So today we are going to have fun with these tongue twisters. You just say after me, okay?
Yes.
I scream.
I scream.
You scream.
You scream.
We all scream.
We all scream.
For ice cream.
For ice cream.
Now try to say it faster. I scream.
I scream.
You scream.
You scream.
We all scream.
We all scream.
For ice cream.
For ice cream.
I scream. You scream.
I scream. You scream.
We all scream for ice cream.
We all scream for ice cream.
Who can say it more faster? Raise your hand. You want to try it?
Yes.
Okay, try.
I scream. You scream. We all scream for ice cream.
Repeat faster.
I scream. You scream. We all scream for ice cream. I scream. You scream. We all scream for ice cream. I scream. You scream.
Very nice try, Shubhra. The next one is red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
Who can say it more faster? Yes, anyone? Try.
Lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
Well tried. You might know any tongue twister from your mother tongue. Anybody knows? Yes? Yes, Rudraksh.
काळे राळे राळ्यात काळे राळे गोरे राळे राळ्यात राळे मिसळले.
Repeat.
काळे राळे गोरे राळे राळ्यात राळे मिसळले.
Very nice. Yes, anybody else? Rakhi.
कापूने काकाची कामाची कपाटातली कागद कतरीन करत कापली. कापूने काकाची कपाटातली कामाची कागद कतरीन करत कापली. कापूने काकाची कपाटातली कामाची कागद कतरीन करत कापली.
Very nice. One more tongue twister I have, that is Betty Botter. I'm going to show you how I say it. Okay. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said the butter is bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. I'm going to say it faster. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she says the butter is bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she says the butter is bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she says the butter is bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. So you like it?
Yes.
So when you practice it, you practice the sounds, then you can say it very fluently. So you would like to practice it? Yeah. Now let's make some tongue twisters. We are going to form some tongue twisters and you are going to try it. Okay? Just find the words which are starting with the same sound and make a sentence with them. Try. Who is going to try?
Harshada has happy horse.
Very nice try now. Let's write it. Harshada has happy horse. Very nice. Anyone else? Yes. Nihal?
Krishna catch the coffee cup.
Repeat.
Krishna catch the coffee cup.
Very nice. Krishna catch the coffee cup. In this way, you can make the tongue twister yourselves. This is your homework. Today you are going to form the tongue twisters, okay?
Yes.
Tongue twisters basically stretch and strengthen the muscles of our mouth, which we use for speaking. So, they have been proven very effective to clarify the pronunciations of the difficult sounds and words in English. Tongue twisters work as a warm-up for the speaking because they challenge our capacity to enunciate the individual sound in each word. In this activity, I asked my students to share some tongue twisters from their L1, that is mother tongue. It usually causes a good laughter and makes the learning and the activity more two-way and interactive.
Zoho Creator is a low-code application development platform that has helped organizations of different sizes to modernize their IT. Build custom applications for your unique business needs faster using our intuitive drag-and-drop interface. Try Zoho.
Reflect on the lesson.
Please reflect on the lesson.
Allow participants.
Please raise your hand. Thank you. Students enjoy this activity and it gives them opportunity to speak and recognize sounds. Yes. So all of you like this activity?
Yes. Joyful learning. So you have to respond verbally regarding this question. You have to reflect about the lesson. Yes. Yes, you are audible. Please reflect on this activity.
Yes, this is Supriya Kodu from the Taluka Vedle.
Yes, ma'am.
And yes, I want to speak something, ma'am.
Yes.
The overall activity was very funful. I enjoyed it very lot. I will use this activity in my school, and joyful learning made through this activity. So I am very glad to see this activity, ma'am, and also Sheetal, ma'am.
Thank you. Any other response? Please raise your hand.
Hello, Namaste, madam. I am Satpati Santosh from Baramati block. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir, you're audible. Please speak up.
Okay, ma'am. By conducting such type of activity in our classroom, also in our tag meeting, we take active participation of our learners, and also this type of activity help for making a good progressive condition in a pronunciation also. For developing pronunciation of our learners, we can conduct such type of activity in our classroom also. Thank you, madam, for presenting great activity for this meeting. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. कोणीतरी आहे. Yes, Vinayak sir is saying that Vinayak Wagmare is saying he wants to speak. Yes, you're unmuted, unmuted, so you can speak. Everyone is unmuted at the moment. You can express. Yes, Todmal BS, you have unmuted yourself. You want to say something?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello,
yes.
ma'am.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Can I speak?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All these aspects of oral language development, that is phonology, syntax, semantics, morphology, and pragmatics. We learn many things from it. And I would like to request all my colleagues that everyone should study first what are they saying, phonology or all the aspects. And then you can take many what we say many things related to these aspects. And I would like to also thank you all RPs and lecturers from DIET. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. As we are taking this meeting online, we have some limitations to take the active response. But when you are inculcating these activities at the cluster level, you have to take the active participation and frame the activities on each area.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Here the teachers can, with the help of this, we can gain more confidence and ability to communicate effectively in English, especially in the classroom.
Definitely.
And even here, we learn new ideas and teaching techniques that you can use in lessons also.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Myself Ganesh Borse from both. Actually, I like the way Madam took the students to the temperatures and their command over the tongue twisters actually it's look good sounds. uh, Actually students like when teachers present in front of them, they will initiate to um, speak those tongue twisters, and it is really helpful for getting better pronunciation for students as well as our teachers. I would like to ask, ma'am,
Yes, sir.
in our class, in our cluster level meeting, we have to show this video or we have to take this activity.
Yes, sir. You have to show the video too, and you can take the activity because we have the three sections, and in we have the 4 sections, and the fourth section is made for learning by watching. So we have prepared this video, and as you asked about the command over the language, command over the tongue twisters of students, it's a gradual process. They are my students from class 5, and I have taken many phonological activities from their class 1. Even there was corona, etc. I have taken the online classes giving emphasis on sounds, etc. So they can grasp those tongue twisters very easily.
Yes.
That's why they have commanded
Nice.
them.
Yes. Really nice book, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir. कितना शेयर केलं? अच्छा.
Quite disturbance of students now.
I think all of you must have enjoyed this session, and of course, all of you have given very good responses. So I'm really thankful to all of you. One more thing I wanted to share with you, and that is one letter is. So you can see one letter. So you can see one letter on the screen, and that letter is sent by Ra. It is about so let's read the letter and understand the letter, what is expected in letter. रा औरंगाबादने एक पत्र दिलेलं आहे. त्यांनी पत्र यासाठी दिले की आपण जे सर्व इंग्रजीसाठी काम करणारे शिक्षक वगैरे शिक्षक आहोत, आपण कोणते उपक्रम आपल्या शाळेमध्ये राबवतो, तर त्याच्या बाबतीतली एक यशोगाथा पाठवायची आहे. त्यांनी या विषयाला नाव खूप छान दिले पहा, आपल्या कर्तृत्वाची गाथा इतरांसाठी होईल यशोगाथा. तर तुम्ही शाळेमध्ये जे नाविन्यपूर्ण उपक्रम राबवलेले आहेत, तर ते नाविन्यपूर्ण उपक्रम डाएटला पाठवायचे आणि त्याचं चेकिंग होऊन किंवा त्यातून जे छान नाविन्यपूर्ण उपक्रम असतील जे इंग्रजीसाठी आपण शाळेमध्ये राबवलेले आहेत, तर असे उपक्रम आपण प्रादेशिक विद्या प्राधिकरणला पाठवणार आहोत. आणि या यशोगाथांचं प्रकाशन आयुक्त साहेब यांच्या हस्ते करण्याचा मानस आहे. आणि त्यामुळे अशा यशोगाथा म्हणजे आता ह्या प्लॅटफॉर्मवर मी तुम्हा सर्वांना आवाहन करते की तुम्ही तुमच्या यशोगाथा, तुम्ही जे काही इंग्रजीचे कार्यक्रम, खूप छान छान कार्यक्रम राबवले जात आहेत. मला माहिती आम्ही जेव्हा तालुका स्तरावरती जातो विजिटला किंवा शाळांमध्ये जातो, तेव्हा विविध प्रकारचे वेगळे वेगळे नाविन्यपूर्ण उपक्रम आम्ही तिथे पाहत असतो. उदाहरणार्थ मी आता काही दिवसापूर्वी दौंडच्या शाळेमध्ये गेले होते. तिथे लडकत सर म्हणून आहेत एका शाळेमध्ये. तर त्यांच्या शाळेमध्ये जेव्हा व्हिजिट केली तेव्हा त्यांनी ऍपचा वापर करून इतक्या छान पद्धतीने विद्यार्थ्यांना अध्ययन अनुभव दिलेले होते. तर मला तो म्हणजे ते जे काही शिक्षकांनी केलेलं आहे ते खूप भावलं मनाला. तर असे प्रत्येक शाळेमध्ये काही ना काही नवीन ऍक्टिव्हिटी, काहीतरी वेगळं आपल्या विद्यार्थ्यांसाठी तुम्ही सगळेजण करतच आहात. तर ते फक्त आता काही पेजेस मध्ये काही शब्दांमध्ये मांडणी करायची आणि ते आम्हाला पाठवायचं आहे. तर तुम्ही लक्षात घ्यायचंय की हा जो नाविन्यपूर्ण उपक्रम असेल तर तो कसा असणार आहे, तर अध्ययन निष्पत्तीवर आधारित असणारे, अध्ययन निष्पत्तीवर आधारित असणारा आणि इतरांना प्रेरणादायी ठरणारा असा हा उपक्रम आम्हाला पाठवायचा आहे. बाकीचं सगळं पत्रामध्ये येणारच आहे की उदाहरणार्थ टाइम्स न्यू रोमन मध्ये असायला पाहिजे, फॉन्ट साईज त्याची 14 असायला पाहिजे, मजकुराची 12 असायला पाहिजे, म्हणजे शीर्षकाची फॉन्ट साईज 14 तर मजकुराची 12 असायला पाहिजे. तुमच्या अहवालाची शब्द मर्यादा 1000 इतकी असायला पाहिजे. आणि हा उपक्रम तुम्ही शाळेमध्ये राबवलेला आहे त्याचे 4 फोटो JPG मध्ये पाठवायचे आहे. आणि याचा एक छान व्हिडिओ सुद्धा बनवायचा आहे, 3 ते 5 मिनिटांचा एक छान MP4 मध्ये व्हिडिओ बनवायचा आहे आणि तो सोबत पाठवायचा आहे. अहवाल कशा प्रकारे लिहायचा आहे त्याचे काही 7 मुद्दे इथे आपल्याला दिसत आहेत. तर ते आहेत टायटल ऑफ द इनिशिएटिव्ह, त्यानंतर ऑब्जेक्ट म्हणजे तुम्ही जो नवोपक्रम घेणार आहात, इनोव्हेशन जे तुम्ही तुमचं जे आहे तर त्याचं टायटल लिहायचं आहे. त्यानंतर ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह ऑफ इनिशिएटिव्ह, नेचर ऑफ इम्प्लिमेंटेशन म्हणजे प्रोसेस काय केली, का तुम्ही काय प्रोसेस केलेली आहे ते लिहायचं आहे. ड्युरेशन ऑफ इनिशिएटिव्ह आणि त्याचे आउटकम्स मग इंडिव्हिज्युअल लेवलवरती स्टुडंट्सना काय त्याचा फायदा झालेला आहे ते आउटकम्स लिहायचे आणि इन्स्टिट्यूशनल लेवलवरती सुद्धा काय फायदे झालेले आहेत ते सुद्धा ते सुद्धा आउटकम्स मध्ये लिहायचं आहे. त्यानंतर सक्सेस ऑफ इनिशिएटिव्ह आणि हाऊ कॅन बी युनिव्हर्सलाइज द सक्सेस स्टोरी. तुमची ही जी सक्सेस स्टोरी आहे ती सगळ्यांना कशी आम्ही इम्प्लिकेशन म्हणजेच इम्प्लिकेशन तुम्हाला इथे लिहायचं आहे की हे सगळ्यांसाठी कशी उपयोगी पडेल या पद्धतीने हा मुद्दा लिहायचा आहे. अशा पद्धतीने 7 मुद्द्यांवरती आधारित तुमची यशोगाथा पूर्ण होईल आणि ती आमच्यापर्यंत येईल. कोणी टॅग मीटिंगचा कसा उपयोग झाला त्याचं लिहू शकता, रिटुमीचा उपयोग कसा झाला त्याचं लिहू शकता, किंवा आपण ज्या इंग्रजीच्या पेट्या दिलेल्या आहेत त्याचा उपयोग कसा झाला ते लिहू शकता. तुम्ही जर त्याचे युट्यूब व्हिडिओज बनवले असतील आणि त्या युट्यूब व्हिडिओचा कसा उपयोग झाला, म्हणजे इंग्रजी पेटीवरती आधारित तुम्ही युट्यूब व्हिडिओज बनवलेले असतील त्याचा कसा उपयोग झाला, तर अशा प्रकारचे विविध सक्सेस स्टोरी. सो all of you please send the success story and give this message to all the tag teachers to send the success story. Tell all tag teachers to write down one innovation and send to the diet mail ID. I'll give you the mail ID. Of course, I'm going to send this letter to all of you, and on that mail ID, please say success story. So we are waiting for your success story. I hope all of you will definitely submit your success stories at that. Thank you very much. So since 12:30, all of you have joined to this meeting, and of course you listen it carefully, and of course you learn all the activities, all the things very carefully, and you are going to implement all those activities on tag teachers. All the tag teachers will implement this activity on students. I know that, and so I would like to give best wishes to all of you, to all the tag coordinators, and best wishes for your meeting. On behalf of our principal, Honorable Dr. Shobha Khandare ma'am, and all diet team and all the resource person who have prepared this material for you. So I would like, so on behalf of them, I would like to give best wishes to all of you, and thank you very much. I would like to give thanks to Principal Madam and all my senior lecturers, the team which the team who prepared this material for you and all the TAG coordinators. Thank you very much. And the team from LIP too. Thank you.